Nobody talks about the messy middle of building a business or building a YouTube channel. We always see the, look, I made $100,000 in a weekend, or look, I quit YouTube, or I quit my business, or I'm giving up. So we tend to see the wins or the failures, but not the messy in between, which in my opinion is quite ironic because that's actually where you spend most of your time as a content creator or someone trying to grow their YouTube channel or build a business. That space between deciding to grow and actually becoming the person who can hold that growth, it's not a glow up. It's not an amazing event. It's definitely not easy. And in all honesty, it's actually like a flat out identity crisis. So the messy middle is an identity crisis that you have to traverse in order to become successful, in order to get to that next level in business, YouTube growth, whatever it is you're striving for, reaching your goals. And I have had the honor and the joy to watch all of my successful clients traverse this space. And I myself have traversed this space many times over. And to be fair, the messy middle is actually made up of 7 phases. And once you understand those 7 phases, you don't fear this messy middle so much anymore. In fact, you actually look forward to it. And that's why I think it's so important to talk about this topic and why I'm making a video about it today. Because it's the most pivotal part of the journey towards success. And if you mess this up, you might never reach the success that you desire. So if you feel like you're second guessing everything, spiraling, or like life's throwing you curveballs left and right when you're just trying to freaking go after your goals, that doesn't mean you're failing. In fact, that's what I like to call the bridge. If you're on this bridge, you're in the messy middle, don't worry, I've got your back with this video. And I'm going to explain those 6 phases to you now. Because you're most definitely not failing, you're actually leveling up. So if that sounds good to you, let's get to it. Okay, so the very first sign or phase that you're actually growing towards your goal and you're obtaining success in your near future is that you're feeling butterflies in your stomach. You're feeling maybe anxious or nervous or something in your body, in your chest, or in your entire body, or wherever you feel things in your body when you are in a phase of, it's almost like you feel like you're gonna explode, like you have something you need to birth, but you don't really know what it is yet. That tension in your stomach, that unease, it's not anxiety or fear even, it's friction. It's actually friction. You're on the edge of letting go of who you were and stepping into who you are becoming in order to reach that success. It's called threshold energy. It shows up right before you take the leap, before you decide I'm going all in. Right before you do that, that's when all those butterflies and that tension and all of that arises in your body. So don't numb that tension, don't run away from it, don't feel like it's bad, but recognize it for what it is. It's your progress in motion. Your body is ready and ready to jump, excited for the jump before your mind is ever on board. Your heart is like, let's go now. But your mind, your ego, your thinking brain is like, heck no, this is a mistake. Let's not go anywhere. Stay right where you are, stay put. And that leads me to phase number 2. In phase number 2 of trying to level up and reach your goals is doubt. You start second guessing everything. Am I even cut out for this? Can I handle this? Am I smart enough for this? Am I foolish to believe that I can achieve this? It's your brain, and that voice is lying to you. It's not speaking your truth. It's your brain clinging to the version of you that it knows best. That version of you that doesn't take risks, doesn't go after their dreams. It wants you to stay put, but it's a lie. You do take risks like this because it is the only way to get what you want in life. And this is a sign that you're stretching. It's really important to keep going at this point of doubt. And to be honest, I would say 99% of the population gives up at this point, or they get stuck at this point, stuck in doubt. And when you're stuck in doubt, you get shiny object syndrome. You keep starting and stopping and going and stopping, starting and then talking yourself out of it and backpedaling and then going forward and backpedaling. It's the worst place to be. So you just need to recognize it for what it is and push through and keep going after your goals. The negative talk will stop you from reaching success at this phase if you let it. So let's say you punch doubt in the face and you keep going, awesome, you're incredible, and you're doing what most people won't do or don't have the guts to do. But guess what? Then phase 3 comes prancing in, and it's hard. Phase 3 is when life gets chaotic as all heck and fast. Suddenly, your kids get sick, you lose your job, you lose a client, you need to move, some fire happens, explosions, your car stops working for no reason, you end a relationship, who knows? But someone or something urgently needs you right now, right when you're about to do this launch, right when you're about to invest something you've never invested before, or commit to growing your YouTube channel, or do something really big, bigger than you've ever done before. This isn't sabotage. It's not life sabotaging your goals. It's actually a test. The universe is testing you. Will you still choose your vision when it's inconvenient for you? Will you prioritize? Will you be able to prioritize who you're becoming? Or will you retreat back into who you were when things got hard? Can you manage this new growth and life exploding around you at the same time? If you answer yes, again, awesome. Most people won't do it, but you do. So that's awesome. You're a true warrior and not like the majority of the people. But then the next phase hits. And phase 4 is not easy either. It all kind of piles up and phase 4 hits you. You're bone tired. You are so exhausted and you don't even know why. You didn't run a marathon. You didn't try to climb some huge mountain. You just tried to build a YouTube channel or build your business and function like a human and live a human life at the same time. And now you feel wrecked, completely exhausted. Why? Because growth is exhausting. Life is exhausting. Learning new things, taking action and adjusting to that action and all the results of that action is exhausting because it requires more brain power. Not autopilot brain power that you are used to with living your other comfortable life. No, this is a different kind of brain power. This one requires you to create things, to ideate, to do all of these things that you haven't done before. Your nervous system is processing more than you realize. Rest isn't indulgence at this phase. It's absolutely necessary. It's integration. So when this phase hits, you will need to find some time whenever you can to ensure that you get some well-needed rest because you need to integrate all that you have learned and experienced up until this point. Of course, your mind will still be racing with what to do next or how to do it next or how to grow my business, how to create better thumbnails or how to create better titles. All of that's still going to be whirling around in your head, but you must find a way to disconnect from it for momentarily speaking, to get some rest, to go for a walk in the woods, to meditate, to integrate all that you have learned in this process so far. And yes, again, most people don't take the time to do this. And what happens if you don't take the time to rest, you burn out. And a lot of people burn out in this phase and lose all of that hard work that they did up until this phase. Burnout for me has been knocking at my door many times on this journey, and I almost burnt out after my first launch ever with YouTube. And with my first program launch, once I was on YouTube for about 6 months, and it nearly knocked me down. But now, knowing these phases of the cycle of success, it helps me to recognize when that time comes, when I need to rest and integrate all that I've learned and do a little bit less work if possible at that moment so that I can fully integrate everything I've learned. Because if you don't take the time to rest, you will burn out and you will lose everything that you worked so hard to achieve up until this point. So I want you to hear this. Rest is just as important as striving and should be used strategically on this journey in order to reach your goals and to level up. Okay, so now after the exhausted phase, phase number 5 comes. Phase number 5 is where you actually want to pull away suddenly. And it will come as a surprise to you because you won't want to post videos, you won't want to respond to comments, you won't want to email, you won't want to socialize. You'll want to step back. And it's shocking and it's a little unsettling because you might think that you all of a sudden feel unmotivated. You feel like you lost your mojo. You've been working so hard, go, 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 go. And now all of a sudden you feel like doing nothing. You just feel like pulling back away from it all and taking a break. And it almost feels like you don't care. But it's not that. It's not resistance. It's actually recalibration. Because in the previous phase, you integrated all of this stuff that you learned. You integrated all of those experiences, all the ups and the downs. And now that you integrated that, you must recalibrate and step into this new zone, this new environment. When you're leveling up, you often need quiet, focused time of reflection to hear your next steps, to listen to the silence. It's not absence, it's alignment. You did all this work, it changed who you are, and now you are in this new space with new opportunities and new ideas. And old ways need to fall off or be revamped to keep up. It's normal to want to take a second to recalibrate your next moves by pulling away from things at this stage. This doesn't mean you're stopping or running away from anything or all that you've created up until this part, up until this phase. It's part of finding balance in your new location. You're acclimating to your new climate. And it's a pivotal moment again towards reaching success and achieving your goals. And the awesome thing about this phase is that if you make it through this phase and you recalibrate, you get to level 6. You get to the next phase, which is the most beautiful phase, but it is a fleeting phase. It is so fast, this phase. So when it comes, you must enjoy it. And this is the phase where moments of crystal clear knowing happen. You'll now have flashes where everything clicks, where the direction becomes so obvious, where the decisions aren't questionable, where there's no doubt, where the path is so clear and it feels so freeing. And this moment is incredible because everything you worked up to, all the phases you've gone through, all the 5 phases leading up to this 6th phase have been so much work. And then finally, it's like rainbows and unicorns are surrounding you. It really is. But it doesn't last long. And so when it does happen, really take the time to enjoy it. Because this moment doesn't come from sitting down with a spreadsheet and getting to here. It comes from when you've been grinding, taking action, questioning everything, and still showing up. And then suddenly, boom, you just know what to do next. It's not magic, it's momentum. And when it feels right, take that next step. Run that play when you feel the time is right. Go for it and enjoy it because it's climatic, but also fleeting at the same time. Bask in this moment because you deserved it. Because you deserve it, you worked hard for it. And because the next phase after this moment, you've probably guessed it, is back at phase 1 at the next level. So all these phases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you hit that next level. You leveled up. Congratulations. But now you get to start back at phase 1 while you level up to the next level. And the cycle continues again and again and again. But the reason I want to share this cycle with you is because it's an awesome thing. It's not a terrible thing. It's not a thing to fear. It's something amazing that will get you to your goals. If you know these phases, they no longer become scary. They become part of your norm and soon part of your new comfort level. The comfort level of being uncomfortable in all of those phases becomes exciting. And so, no, to summarize, growth doesn't feel like certainty. It doesn't feel like you know everything. It feels like you're walking across a bridge, a rope bridge over a huge canyon that the next step only becomes revealed to you as you lift your foot off the previous plank. It's one bit of information at a time. After every action you take, the next step is revealed to you. So you must have trust, you must have faith, and you must know these phases so that when you're in them, they aren't fearful, they aren't scared of them. You realize that they're exciting because it means you're leveling up, it means you're changing, it means you're becoming that next version of you who is going to be much more successful, who's going to live the life they want to live, and who is going to have so much fun and work doing it. But just remember, remind yourself, my belief in my vision is stronger than my belief in my fear. Now go build it. Grow your YouTube channel despite the fear and the discomfort because you were born to do this, and I cannot wait to hear of all your amazing success now that you know these phases and don't fear them. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now.